Which one should I do first? I mean, I've always liked the Super Nintendo more, but the Sega Genesis does have some decent games. I know! I'll flip a coin! Heads for the SNES, and tails for the Genesis. Fuck it, I'm doing the Super Nintendo first.
There once was a boy who had a mother who owned a Radio Shack that rented out video games of the 80s and 90s. Now that boy is a man trying to sell those games that sat for years in his grandmother's basement. Will you give one of these games a new home? Welcome to 8-Bit Basement.
The Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. It's the whimsical tale of a group of teenagers in California that become superheroes clad in colorful motocross-like outfits and helmets and control giant monster robots given to them by some floating bald head in a tube so they can battle a shrill alien witch lady living on the moon that keeps attacking Earth with monsters that she bakes in an oven. You got all that? The Rangers are led by Jason, who dons the red outfit. Then there's the blue one, who's a dork named Billy. Kimberly, the pink ranger, who was every 1990s prepubescent boy's first crush. Zack, the black ranger, because he was, a good dancer. And Trini, a Vietnamese girl who was the yellow ranger. For shame. Well, like most popular franchises, they got their own video games. And usually games based on movies and shows turn out well. Sorry, I'm choking on my own bullshit here. So let's see what happens when I turn the power on. Alright, they got the music to sound pretty good. You know, I'll hand it to the Power Rangers theme song. It's pretty badass. It can make the most mundane things seem more awesome. Boring. Now let's add the song. This is a side-scrolling beat-em-up type of game. Funny enough, you play as the Power Rangers, and you have to stop Rita Repulsa from attacking Earth with her legion of monsters. Before each level, you can choose whichever ranger you want to be, which is neat because then you're able to play through the whole game as all the Rangers. When you hover over which one you want, it looks like they start dancing. So let's see them all boogie together now. Hit it! What the hell is Billy doing? Good lord, he looks dumb as hell. In fact, all of his animations make him look like an idiot. Or a pussy. He's holding his head like some wimp when he strikes, and this guy's supposed to be some kind of hero? Come on. You start the levels as just a teenager and fight your way through a horde of putties. They're pretty easy to beat because it only takes one hit to kill most of them. Majority of the enemies in the game are just different colored putties, which gets pretty monotonous. There's a few other enemies at times, but it's just mainly the putties. Gee, there's no way that these guys in coats are putties. Oh my god, they're putties! This is like Turtles in Time. Yeah, a little too Turtles in Time. Attacking is pretty basic. You just mash the attack button. You can duck and attack, and also jump and attack. You only move on one plane forward and backward, meaning you can't move the character up or down on the path, like say as you can in Turtles in Time. It's not that big of a deal, I guess, but it's nice to have the depth of movement. I'm assuming it was done this way because it's only a one-player game, so there's no need to worry about having any friends. Thank goodness, whew! Partway through the levels, you're introduced to the level boss, which makes you morph into a Power Ranger. As the Ranger, you now have weapons which makes your reach longer for attacks, but it still seems to take the same amount of hits to kill an enemy. Each Ranger has their own special swing with their weapon, but Kimberly shoots an arrow, which she can shoot into my heart anytime. You can now also jump off walls and climb up stuff. If you have a Dino Bomb in your inventory, you can use it to unleash an attack that hurts everything on screen. And you could do a backflip that seems rather pointless because at no time was it ever necessary. The game gets a little more interesting when you become the Ranger. The levels tend to be more complex, but never truly challenging. The game becomes more of a platformer, having you jump up ledge after ledge while dodging sharp robotic things, avoiding falling objects, getting past steam vents, and even swimming. Man, I hate swimming levels. There's also this giant fire wave that blazes through the whole screen. Hey you idiots, you're supposed to duck. I laugh at stupid enemies who are always getting hurt by their own allies' attacks. Haha, what a total jump. Ah, damn it. Once you get through a level, you take on the boss. These are all pretty simple because their patterns are all very easy to figure out. Sometimes you don't even need to move all that much. The only boss I found to be somewhat challenging is this eyeball monster. What a terrible existence this creature must have. Crawling around on your eyeballs has to be pretty painful. I'd hate to watch a sad movie with this thing. Johnny Five's not dead. He's alive, damn it. He's alive. Near the end, the Rangers join the Zords together to make the Megazord in order to fight a couple giant monsters. The game turns into a one-on-one fighting game for these parts. It's pretty simple because all you do is mash the button and whoop the shit out of them. A power meter slowly charges, and the longer you wait, the stronger the attack is. Yeah, I enjoy watching the death blow. Yeah, gotcha, you metal bitch. Oh, what's that? Not dead, huh? You're gonna wish you were, pal. And another one bites the moon dust. And that's it. Monsters are dead, Rita is foiled, and the Power Rangers are teenagers again driving recklessly down a highway. They stop off at their favorite joint to watch Zack get down. See, I told you he was a good dancer. So this isn't that bad of a game. The music is pretty solid. It reminds me of something you would hear in a Mega Man game. The graphics are nice, and the backdrops on some levels are fairly nice to look at. Although this one particular cave level just has these random stumps. I guess they're there to take a shit break. I don't know. It seems like I can destroy this car. But why? There's really no purpose to, other than for the sake of breaking it. What am I? One really pissed off meter maid? Man, I feel like a dick now. I like the effort of trying to make the game feel diverse with it playing like a side-scroller, a platformer, and a one-on-one fighter. But the main drawback of this game, and it's rather a big one, is that it's way too easy. Sometimes there's stuff where I don't even know why they bothered putting it in. Oh no, look, a slow rolling barrel is coming. Whoa, such a close one. Whoa, now there's two slow rolling barrels, and too easy. For a game I haven't played in 20 odd years, I made it through with only dying twice. Once because I was foolishly jumping, and another time because I was playing sloppily during a boss battle. And that's it. Other than that, I breezed right through it. If needed, the game has a password system that's simply 4 numbers long. I'll give the game props for not making the password super long and annoying. This is a game I have no urgency to play ever again. It's not a bad game in any sense, but without a decent challenge, it's not all that compelling. Well, I guess it's time to check out the Power Rangers game on the Genesis. I've noticed that the developer is different. The Super Nintendo game was made by Natsume and published by Bandai, while this Genesis game is made by Banpresto and published by Sega. Both of these games came out in 1994, with the Genesis game coming out a couple months after the Super Nintendo game. So let's see what the Sega kids had to wait and play instead.
Stop right there! Finally, we've come face to face!
Who the hell are you?
Who the hell am I? I am your death! I am your demise! I am...
Those are the same things.
What?
Death and demise, they're the same thing.
Shut up! God! Now you listen to me? Now I was sent... I was sent here by Rita Repulsa to conquer the Earth.
and my victory starts with your bloodshed. I shall explain why that is now in great detail. Back when the galaxy was...
Hey dude, I don't care.
Huh?
I don't care. I'm kind of busy right now and I don't get a lot of time to work on these videos, and right now you're just slowing me down, okay?
But I'm here to kill you!
Hey, yeah, that's great. The way you came in is also the way you go out, so, see ya.
You're so rude. Fine, I'm out of here. Later, small dick.
What? The guy breaks into my house and threatens me, yet I'm the rude one? Ugh, let's just play this game. Not a good start, Sega. Here, let me help you out by putting the Super Nintendo's music over top of this. There, that's better. So this game is strictly a one-on-one fighter. The point of the game is to make it through all of Rita's monsters and save the Earth. You first fight a monster as a Power Ranger, and after you beat it, Rita makes the monster grow big, so you summon the Megazord and fight the monster and finish it off for good. Each Ranger has their own set of special moves, which are performed with simple button sequences. Some of these moves can be fairly effective, while some of the moves are hard to land. Take for instance the Red Ranger's sword attack, because you hit down, up, then A or B, which means you're stuck in that position because the sword doesn't seem to have that wide of a range of motion, because even when I'm close to the opponent, I still manage to miss. Why can't I cut you, damn it? So you have to get as close as possible to use it, but when you're trying to do that, you're already getting your ass kicked. I guess maybe it's meant to be used as a counterattack, but the enemies seem to operate in a very defensive counterattack style themselves, so I just look like a dumbass swinging my sword over here. The Blue and Pink Rangers have the same combination movesets, which theirs might be the most annoying because with two of their moves, you're required to hold the directional pad in one direction for a second before you can do the button sequence. Of course, if you let go too soon, then nothing happens except you jump around like an idiot. This really makes these characters feel slow and clunky. Every Ranger does this same gun move, which barely has any effect on the opponent's health, so I find it to be kinda useless. The bar under your health is the power meter. It fills as you take damage, and once it starts to glow, your special moves deal more damage. It seems to be a method to help the losing fighter have a chance to turn the tide in the fight. When I'm losing, I just cheese my way to a victory if I can. I hope you like broken shins, you big stinky brute. Ha! Score another one for the lady in pink. It gets pretty aggravating every time you do one of these special moves, and even if you have yours initiated first, if the opponent then begins one, their attack is the one that's effective. Look at this horseshit right here, where I clearly have my lance attack going first, but the opponent's sword attack takes precedence instead, and then I lose. Piss on that. Oh hey, it's the Green Ranger, or Tommy as he's known without the suit. He was absent in the Super Nintendo game, but here he is as the second opponent in this game. And you know what? He's the hardest goddamn guy! Yeah, the second enemy you fight is the one I had the most trouble with. No way, you asshole! My move was going first. I hate that shit! No matter what Ranger I choose, I just seem to lose. Now I'm beaten and bruised. Why the hell am I rhyming? When you lose a round, you get to see the Power Rangers seemingly burning in hell. And here I thought they were heroes, but apparently they're a bunch of sinners. Naughty Power Rangers. If you continue, you start right where you lost and get to try again. There's no limit on the retries, so that soothes some of the frustration. Alright, that's it. I'm gonna have to call upon my sweet Pink Ranger to stomp this green turd.
Dino Arrow! Dino Arrow!
Yeah, that's right, you green bastard! What you doing now? Using your knife as a flute to summon a giant robotic dragon? Wow, how incredibly lame and cool at the same time. Alright, it's big robot time. I found fighting to be easier and more fun as the Megazord. It can do a few more moves than the Rangers can. Although this shock attack is pretty pointless, because the enemy is never close enough or in any position to use it. But who cares, because I got this big ass sword. Was that a Godzilla roar I just heard? What are you, a knockoff Mechagodzilla? Yeah, one shall stand, one shall fall. And you're the one who has fallen because I've beaten you. Therefore, I'm the one still standing because I won. I'm the winner. Okay, I think we got it. The Dragon Zord was much easier to beat than the Green Ranger. And now that it's defeated, the Green Ranger now joins my side, and I can play as him. After romping this giggling ghost lady, when Rita turns her big, I get to play as the Dragon Zord since I selected the Green Ranger. Tommy must know a good mechanic, because I could have sworn I just destroyed this thing. You fight Goldar next, who is kind of a pain in the ass, but my man Zack took him out. Rita then tries the tactic of making him big, which she must forget that every time she makes a monster grow, the Power Rangers have a giant fighting robot at their disposal. She's tried the same method of growing monsters huge like dozens of times, yet it always fails. You'd think she'd try something new, huh? Like sending the monster as a giant first and crushing the Power Rangers before they have time to assemble the robot? What a stupid, lousy villain. You take on the final opponent, which is another giant humanoid robot that you fight twice. You can choose to fight him as either the Megazord or the Dragon Zord, but I went with old Mega to get the job done. This guy wasn't that difficult as I beat him in the first attempt. Once he's dead, the Rangers join the two big robots to make a bigger robot and destroy Rita's fortress. Then the Rangers line up and do a victory pose, and that's it. How underwhelming. This game allows a two-player option that's just you and a friend battling each other. You can play as the other enemies in the game and choose the map. The game keeps tally of who wins and loses as you play, so there's bragging rights to be had. Sweet, sweet bragging rights. If you haven't guessed already, I prefer the Super Nintendo game over this one. The Genesis game plays like a second-rate fighting game because that's exactly what it is. Half of the special moves are awkward to do, and it takes way too long to drain the enemy's health because most attacks don't inflict that much damage. The progression of the difficulty is unbalanced because I found the earlier enemies to be harder than the later ones, whereas I dispatched every opponent rather easily as one of the Zords. Yeah, I found this game to be more challenging than the Super Nintendo game, but I feel the challenge in the Genesis version is because of the game's faults, which is for all the wrong reasons. The music doesn't really stand out as it's pretty standard. The graphics are nice enough, and some of the backdrops are pretty neat, especially this volcano one. Although this bridge one looks awfully similar to the first level of Turtles in Time. This game isn't downright awful or anything, but it's still kinda sucky. Well, there you have it. That's the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers on both the Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis. Clearly I'd say play this one first because it's more fun.
I kinda like the Sega game better.
You again? Why are you back?
I never left. By the way, you're out of bananas.
Oh gee, thanks.
Are you ready to fight me now?
No! Get out of here!
Come on, maybe we can scuffle a little bit. Maybe I'm winning at first, and then you get the upper hand on me. That's when Rita makes me this giant monster. So you take your sharp weapon and play it like a musical instrument to summon a giant robotic dinosaur. So we battle across town while destroying it. What do you say?
Listen, man. What's your name?
Greg.
Listen, Greg, everything you just said sounds very complicated, and I'd much rather just sit and play video games. I hope you don't mind.
Oh, well, if that's how you truly feel, guess I'll just be on my way.
Thank you, Greg.
Yeah, alright, sorry to bother you. What was that?
I didn't say anything.
Oh, I thought you did.
Nope. Well, have a good one.
Alright, yeah, here I go. How about just a quick tussle?
Holy shit! Get the fuck out of my house, you freak!
I'm doing fine, you angry little shit. Have fun playing video games all here by yourself. Yeah, everyone's real fucking impressed. Fuck you.
Yeah, hey, real nice, man. Yeah, get lost. And stay out of my food. Ah, Jesus Christ, what a dick that guy. Nobody thinks I'm a loser, right? Well, let's look at what you're buying. The Super Nintendo game is looking fine, just fine. However, I wish I could say the same about the box. It's a bit scuffed right here. The Yellow Ranger's having a bad day. Very unfortunate. The rest of the box has some scrapes and dents. And yes, there's the plastic hook piece. I feel like I'm gonna have to keep giving the backstory for this until my videos become more popular. For those who don't know, which is most of you, these were used so my mom could hang them in her store. I don't feel comfortable trying to take them off, because I feel it'll end up looking something like this. Inside, it comes with the cardboard piece for the game to sit in. Also, a super exciting consumer information booklet, which is sure to impress at your next social gathering. And this again. I already ran into this in the last video. You're not gonna believe what's inside. Oh yes I am, because it says right friggin' here what it is. This player's guide is only free after you purchase a membership for the Nintendo Power Club, so kinda not free at all. Then on the back, there's a William H. Macy looking dude doing a William H. Macy face from Fargo when he sees how terribly his kidnapping and extortion plan has went. The Sega Genesis game is looking alright. It's got what looks to be some staining on parts of the sticker here. The box is immaculate, other than looking like Megazord stomped all over it. Yeah, this box is pretty beat. I might as well just throw it in the trash. Or hey, recycle it. You know what? I'll let you decide that. Inside, it's just the cardboard piece for the game to sit in. I'll make the listing on eBay shortly after I post a new video, so if you'd like to make a bid, you can find my seller ID by searching for Beer Noodles. If you'd like to see which games I'll be reviewing and selling next, then please subscribe to my channel. Come on, just do it, please. Well, that's all for now, friends. Until next time, stay classic in that.
That's another one for the fire.